Water leaks. Nearly 3 months ago, we first exposed serious problems in a South suburban rental home owned by a Dolton Village trustee.
Since then, the renter says it's only gotten worse. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozlov has also learned that trustee is pocketing tens of thousands of your tax dollars for a house that's now unlivable.
You need to get your clothes out for school.
Jacqueline Smith and her 2 children called this hotel room home for almost a month. Ever since the Dolton house they were renting from village trustee Tiffany Henyard was slapped with this.
A big red sign that I cannot live there because it's unlivable.
Unlivable mostly because of mold.
All mold. Even growing on the bottom of the shoes is mold.
Mold that Smith's landlord, Trustee Henyard, pledged to immediately clean up after we first reported on the problem in August.
And that's where it started.
Smith says workers came and painted. The house even passed a village inspection. Issues abated, notes Inspector Brian Thigpen in this September report, except they weren't.
It's horrible.
Enter activist David Lowry, who called Dolton directly. Suddenly, the house deemed livable on September 3rd became unfit for occupancy on October 15th. Lowry's theory?
The trustee used her power and influence.
We caught up with Henyard before last week's board meeting. I want to talk to you about that house on Dearborn. Can we do that?
My attorney's right here, so if you got any questions, I have legal counsel. Talk to my attorney.
So you want me to talk to your attorney and not you? You can't tell me how that house failed an inspection in October when it just passed it beforehand?
If you have any questions, talk to my attorney.
So we did.
The inspection process is within control of the village, not of the trustee. She has been instructed by the village attorney to be treated just like any other property owner.
Dolton's attorney says the house's inspection history is under investigation. And village records show a slew of past problems, with the house passing, then failing, then passing inspections for years, even before the Housing Authority of Cook County approved it as a rental property eligible for government housing assistance money, or Section 8. An HACC employee says as a landlord, Henyard's received $36,866 taxpayer dollars in Section 8 rent payments since 2017, when Smith moved in. Money that kept coming even after this foreclosure notice was filed against the house last year.
We're staying in a hotel, so.
All the while, Dolton taxpayers even helped foot the bill to keep Smith's family off the streets.
He thought that, the village should be compassionate. She had nowhere to go. She had children. What we thought was to actually bill Trustee Henyard.
I learned this afternoon that Jacqueline Smith and her kids are now staying with a friend. The village is no longer paying for the hotel, and she doesn't have the money. I'm still waiting on a list of any citations Trustee Henyard received because of that house.
Burnham in Calumet City, Illinois. Our phone number is 708-801-9980. And our webpage is loveagoodburger.com. Again, that webpage is loveagoodburger.com. You can follow us on Twitter or track the food truck. So, say for instance, you don't want to come here. You can go onto our webpage and track our food truck, and we'll come to your location. How about that? I attended Robert Morris College downtown in Chicago. I went to night school. I had this accounting teacher, and she challenged us in so many different ways. I love her for that. Don't remember her name, though, but she did challenge us. She told us to come up with a project, and we had to find out how to budget and balance a balance sheet. And that leads me to why I'm here. My concept, I said, why not do food? Night school and food, creative.
Now, all you crackheads, out!
Hey, Facebook. It's your girl, Tiffany Henyard, owner Good Burger. Hey, oh my God, it's been a long, long journey, but we finally made it. I got a surprise for y'all. Come on, follow me. Wait a minute. I do Running Man challenge though first for y'all. I got my new food truck. Check me out right here. So guess what? If you got an event, a fest, an outdoor barbecue, a repass, a wedding, call me. Good Burger, Miss Good Burger that is, at 708-801-9082. And we'll pull up on the scene for you. Hey, got to get it up.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Leader, they want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work. Y'all forget I am the leader. Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long.
I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yes. Guess who's back? Blessings, y'all. Thank you for being with me on a round 2. That was our brief introduction to what we're going to be talking about tonight. So we just gave y'all a little flashback on Tiffany endeavors and some of the properties that we're going to be talking about related to what we just saw. Okay, so we're going to get to it. We got a lot to unpack, but I think I can break it down in at least 45 minutes. We could do this. All right, so since 2020, Tiffany Henyard, let me put Miss Henyard on the screen because she said this.
Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
Yes, I am. Let's get it. Okay. All right. Please hit the like button. Again, thank you for being here. So basically, where we're going to start off, let's see. Is this the one? We're going to start off by looking at Cook County under Henyard's profile. All right. So, is this it? Give me 1 second, y'all. And I hope my cookies don't act up. All right, we're doing good because I've been in and out this page all day. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start off by showing the properties that Tiffany owns. She ran through. The first property we're going to look at is 14409 Dobson Avenue. Okay, and 14. Let's put it on the screen now. This for information, educational purposes only. This is not to dox anyone, but we are going to show you what has Tiffany history. Okay. Okay. So we'll put this is put Dobson on the screen, and you guys tell me what this is. This house look familiar? This looks like the house that was protested the other day. Okay. So basically, this home was acquired in 2020. All right. She acquired this home in, what is this? Sorry. She acquired this home in 2020, and the lien was actually released in 2024. Some of this we could talk through, and I don't have to show you directly on the website, but some of the things we are going to show you. All right. So y'all know who house this is. Y'all know who living there. It's not to dox, but she is still owner of this property, and this property is in her name. So no matter who lives there, she's still owner of this property. So this is one of her first few acquired properties. We're going to take that off the screen. I wanted to show you that first. And we have a possible update on what Tiffany has her hand in, because she's still making money. I'm going to be honest. She got a few blunders here. Give me a second. Things kind of froze. She got a few blunders here, but Tiffany did make some money. All right, so let's go back to the Cook County read. Do I got the right one up, y'all? No, hold on one second. I got two up because that one I have some deep diving to do, and we're going to talk to you about that one too, because there's some funny business going. Yeah, you already know. Hope this is the right one. Do I keep pulling the same one up? Give me 1 second. I don't want to keep pulling the same one. You already know I found some funny business, and it took me a second, but I still got some questions. Okay. So again, this is all Tiffany properties starting back from 2020. Hit the like button. I put in the work. Okay. So let's just cross that one off. 14409 Dobson Street. We already know that's where the protest took place, and Tiffany does have ownership of that now. Okay, not many things happened with that particular property. Maybe because she knew somebody special, two people special lived in that hospital. I mean that hospital, that property, and she didn't want to play around. All right, so number 2 on our list is 215 Riverside Drive. So let's put that up there. Give me 1 second. Now this particular property she still owns is not a property. I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be real. You know, I had to deep dive, see what she got going on, y'all. As my computer catches up with me. Bear with me, y'all. My computer been working hard today. Number 2 is 215. Hold on 1 second. Did I hit it off the screen by mistake? Give me 1 second. It went off the screen. Let's put that back up there and move it over. All right. Thank you for being here with us on our deep dive to what Tiffany got going on. We're going to see what she's going to be dipping and dabbing into, possibly when she lose both of her jobs. So 215 Riverside Street. This is a land. This is a piece of land. And she paid about $4,000 for this piece of land. Nothing too significant about this. If y'all know, it's probably still sitting there. She's probably looking to build on that land, and Tiffany still owns it. She bought it from a gentleman. I don't have his name up there. I didn't find it significant because his name didn't pop up a lot, but she did buy that for $4,000. So Tiffany still has this piece of land as well. Okay. Yep. Moving forward, I was being nosy. Number 3 on the list. Hold on 1 second. Where's my number 3? We did the land. Oh, let's go to 502 Pulaski Road. I know they mad. This ain't to dox nobody, but this is to put the people on to where Tiffany got her hands on and what we need to keep our eyes on, point blank, period. Yeah. This place, 502 Pulaski Road. This was another property that she obtained through gifting. It was gifted through a family member, same last name. It was a quick claim deed. So she has a quick claim deed for that one. And I don't like quick claim deeds, but this one is not fraud because it's a family member. And she still has ownership. These are properties. The first few that I went over, they don't have too much like traction going on with them. But don't worry, the things get even better. All right. So, let's see. Where do I want to go now? Oh, let's go. Y'all want to talk about Good Burger? We could talk about Good Burger or where she had it listed, but Good Burger is actually a location, I think, that's not too far from it. But this is where she had Good Burger listed at 14627. Hold on. Here we go. And 14627. Let me take that land lot off. Tiffany still owns that. And I'm going to get back into the court recorders document so you can see it, but we don't need it for this one right here real quick. So this is her next property. And this is the one, 14627. She still owns this. Now, this was a property that she's been fighting for. She actually obtained it in 2017. And the reason why I say she's been fighting for it, because she has several foreclosures on this property. This was originally where Good Burger was like, how can I say, attached to, because in some of the proceedings, I think we could click through it. It is connected to Good Burger. The litigations was brought against her, another individual who went in with her, and Good Burger. And then that individual and Good Burger got taken off of the deed. And it actually went through foreclosure several times. But at this time, I believe she still owns this property. Let me get to it on the list. This is 14627. This was the original one that she had connected to Good Burger. All right, y'all guys keep your eyes on these properties real quick. Now let me pull it up so I could kind of go through what happened with this property a little bit, and then I could kind of we could use this as a learning moment. Now right here, you're gonna see this is where it started with the warranty deed. Okay, this is 14627 State Street. Okay, let me make sure. Yes, State Street. 14627 State Street is for information and educational purposes only. Now, here, this is what I need y'all help with, because originally she obtained this property from the housing developer. Housing development, housing and urban development pops up a lot in a few of Tiffany's property. So I got to do some research about the housing development entity and how it's connected to Dolton. If you guys know, I need you guys to hit me up, because that's what I'm going to be. So this was one of the liens. Well, this was transferred to her. Okay. So this is how she first obtained that property. And that was actually 2004. Okay. So then you're going to see her put a few mortgages on there. She goes and put mortgage, and there's a lot when it comes to this. She put a few mortgages on there. Like she'll go in and she got $15,750 on a mortgage on that property. And then she went back and she got a little bit more because hold on, that's the 15,000. Yeah, she got a little bit more. As you can see, she got 84,000 on the same property. But in this particular property, you're going to see 4627 again. This is a 4627. This is the other registry. Hold on, let me just see. So we got the housing development, we got the 84,000, and we got the 15,000. Now, as time goes on, you're going to see 14627. Let's move up. Is right here again. Now, I'm questioning about the urban and housing development situation. And this is the property that was connected to Good Burger. And here goes Lawyer Title Incorporated. So she went, and it looks like she satisfied the mortgage. Okay, at one point, because this right here, they had did like a title search to see if there was any more liens. This was later on. Like she keep doing things with this property. So lawyers in the title search, that's the title search for this property. You guys will be able to understand this if you go in and click in. This is what I do when I research my property. So again, I already told you she had like 82,000 and then like 15,000. So I guess she must have paid a good amount and took out another mortgage on it and paid that amount off and took some off the top. She may have refinanced. So this is like a refinance where she could take a little bit more off the top. She's been playing around with this house for a while, but she's been like going into foreclosures at some points. So again, this is them putting the lien on it. increasing. So I would assume that it was like a refinance going on. And it's Mortgage Electronic Registry System, Inc. This was the release of the first two, the ones that I first told you. She was paying and flipping. She was flipping. She was paying and flipping, paying and flipping. Okay, right here. So she paid those two and she took a bigger one out. And this is 4627. Now that's the one she's been holding on to. So as she move on, she's been back and forth. This is how realtors make their money. I know people be like, how they do this? This is the one 3440. Okay, so she took more out, took another one out. The other one was like 120 something. Okay, so I will hope she did. I would have hoped she paid it off. I think she did because it was a mortgage release right here. So she paid the other one off, got another 15,000 or 10,000 off the top, which is due through refinance. This is Henyard, the real estate guru. Okay, and I know this because I do my research. I'm a tax lien and deed investor. So when I look to see the history of the house, I need to know if there's any issues. So here, right here, you're gonna see her refinance for that 132,000, and it looks like maybe now. Hold on. This is weird. Yeah, this was one for. Yeah, so this was a foreclosure notice by Deutsche Bank National Trust. Now, I was kind of wondering how it switched from the mortgage electronic registration system, and it didn't have Deutsche Bank there, trust, but you know how they sell people mortgages. So she may have started to default on that one. That's the one we talking about, that yellow house, the one that's connected to allegedly Good Burger. So they went to foreclose, and you can see now again she fought it. This was 2000. For this proceeding stopped because you're going to see 2 years later again Midland Finance. Hold on one second. Here we go. Mortgage Electronic Registry System. They must have released another lien because you remember it was two liens. We only saw one. One was for 15 and one for 82,000. So she finally satisfied that lien. She's over there trying to hustle. Now, I'm just telling you the history of this house because she went through struggling with this shit. She went through struggling. And this is 2016. Now, Kim Leasing. And this is what I was trying to figure out, who were these people. But this is a notice of filing on a lien on her, on this particular home. And that's why I told you this was Good Burger, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Because you see this right here. If y'all can see it, it says Good Burger Inc. and Tiffany Henyard. That's why. This address. I think. Hold on one second. That one is connected to Good Burger. This one and another one. This address right here, I had saw this, and this looks like a little bit of either a mistake or fraud. Because this says 634 Burnham Avenue, and she don't own 634 Burnham Avenue. We're going to get to the property that she owned on Burnham Avenue, but that's what she used. That Burnham Avenue, I believe that was the Good Burger location. She was using it for her address because the address that she owned is next to 634 Burnham Avenue. I had to do my research. I was like, where the hell did 634 come from when I know she owns another property on Burnham Avenue in Calumet? And we're going to get there. We're going to get to that. So she was using that as well. That was her doing business as there. So let's just get to where she's at now with this property. I think this is the last one, 2017. 2017, that was the Deutsche Bank, and that was the last one. This house she still owns. Okay, so this was, let me show you, she still owns this house, and this what Tiffany do. This what realtors do, though. I'm not used to realtors doing it on the same house over and over. Now, there's some things that I want to show you too, that I'm very questioning, because this will have to do with Dolton in the recording office when we get to the next properties. So this was the property I was talking about that Tiffany was fighting for her damn life for years, but she still has it. Okay. So, all right, let's get that off the list. And we got that one. I'm not going to get to the one that I think fraud yet. There's 2 that I'm really questioning. There's 3 that I'm really questioning. Let me show you an easy deal that Tiffany did. She made $12,000 on it. Y'all know, my ass, I would creep. I'd be creeping. She made $12,000. Like, oh, chick that made some kid ass, huh? So 308, she don't own this property anymore. There's 308 East 173rd third place. Let's put it on the screen. But she did have her hands on it. And I'm trying to move through this so I won't be up all night, which I already know I did my research, because we're going to get into the other ones that I was really questioning, like, yo, something weird as hell. So this one, she bought it for like $200,000 and then sold it for like $220 or something. If I'm not mistaken, it was a one-shot deal. She made like $12,000 on it. So I was like, cool beans. This house was out of her hands. It didn't go through a lot of her rigmarole. This was Tiffany, another property Tiffany had in her hand. And let me see what year that was. Because this is since the houses that I'm showing you in the properties is from 2022 all the way till now. So that was 308 East 173rd Street. And it only showed up like once or twice. So she didn't do too much with that one. She did it straight. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Y'all know it's a little bit small. Trying to make sure that I show y'all the right thing. There we go. It's only 4 transactions. So she got it right here. She got it right here from FA. I don't need to say his name, Phil's last name, about 2025. And then, okay. This is one of the things that I was thinking about. She sold it to a Kathy. So that was a one-shot deal. And originally she took a mortgage when she first got it. That's how I know she made $200,000. See, I remember, y'all. Put in the work. Hit the like button. $200,000 on that. That's what she originally paid for it. But then she ended up selling it. And what you see next with the property, she ended up selling it for $212,000. That's how she made $12,000. It was a straight shot. So the next 2 transactions you see is basically the liens being paid off that she had took on the original property. Okay? So that's how it goes down. If y'all don't know how property exchange go, or if y'all don't know how to read these registries. Now, this is the question I have. Okay, let's move that one off. And I need to get to Adams Street. No, Adams Street. This is 440 Adams Street. 440 Adams Street. She started dealing with this property in 2003. There we go. This is 440 Adams Street. So I'm going to show you it. But she bought it in for $139,000. She had a warranty deed. That means that a mortgage was on the home. I'm going to show you the home. Now, this is for the FBI. I'm going to need y'all to look into this. It's a little bit weird. All right, this is the property right now. And hold on. Let me see. Yeah, this was a weird transaction. This right here, this is the property. on 440 Adams Street. Now, what I was looking at is the transaction history, and it's weird. Something not right. And it's going to have to do with Dolton Township, the government, possibly, because it's weird. Or let's say the recorder's office or something. Something ain't right. All right, so we started here, 440 Adams Street. Adams Street. This was purchased. I told you how much she did, like 130 something. Now the urban housing development. So right at the same time, it looks like she got the home from the housing and urban development. This is the second time I'm bringing this name up, so I need you guys to help Grace Levi out. Y'all know I'm gonna do my research, but keep that in mind. So at the same time, because it was 11/16/2024, this was the housing development, and it was like it was released to her. This is 440 Adams Street in Dolton. And then on that same date, this was recorded in the transaction. Now, it was done on 10/7/2024. The housing and urban development transferred it to Henyard. Then the next month, she went and got a mortgage on it. Okay, so I don't know how it was, what type of deed it was, but the mortgage was $92,000. So if you have a property you want to build on it, you use that as collateral. If like when I buy from the tax lien sale, I get it for taxes. Then I have a whole property that I can basically put a mortgage on and fix up. And this way she did, which is legal. But this is what is weird to me. Craig Henry, 12/10/2023. Let's date this. 12/10/2023. Henyard, let's put this up there. Looks like she granted it to Craig Henry B and Craig Dolly. This was executed 12/2023, but it was recorded a year later. It was recorded a year later. Anybody in real estate knows that it is not typical for you to execute a transaction and it's recorded a year later. Now, when it's recorded, the Craig Henry is recorded a month after Henyard received the funds from the mortgage company and allegedly received whatever from the housing and urban development. So I'm trying to figure out, how is this working? And this is where I have a question. I'm confused. And this is where we need the FBI and we need some other real estate experts to come in and help Grace Levi, because this is 440 Adams Street. I'm not crazy. So I'm like, yo, this is the execution date. This is the recording date. It was a warranty deed. The grantor to the grantee. Grantor, me, the grantee, the person who's receiving. So Craig received, they're supposed to receive in 2003. But then you see her come back with, here we go. This is from the urban housing development. Now, it's not saying how much she was given, but it's like they put a lien on the property related to her. Now y'all see where I'm getting at? So a month after all that took place, where she got whatever money from the urban, here we go, housing and urban development. Because at first I'm like, did she get the property from them or did she get money from them? What's going on? And that's where I need the clarification from. Did she get the property from them? But if she did, how she get in 2024 and 2023 on the same property? Here we go. 2024 and 2023 in the same property, she warranty deeded to Craig. We have a big mystery here. So if she warranty deeded to Craig, whatever the situation was, she had a profit about $47,000 between those transactions. Y'all know I'm on it like kryptonite. So going up, let's see, 440 Adams Street. I'm thinking that right now, that's what I pulled up. Let me just go to 440 Adams Street real quick so I can see who's the current owner. And this is as of 2022. Craig Dolly. Craig, something is wrong. Something is wrong, y'all. We're going to go back into this property because I know I'm not tripping. I put a big sir. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. So these are one of the houses we're going to revisit. If you guys want to add something in, if y'all know something about real estate and y'all see something that I don't see, because I don't want to prolong this because I still got a few more questions about other properties too. But this is the property on 440 Adams Street. She no longer owns this property. So it's not for you guys to show up there, nothing. She don't own the property anymore. But the FBI need to know that something happened weird. Like they were suppressing, recording the transaction of the home being sold. When was Tiffany a trustee back then? Because she said she was 8 years. This was in 2017 was the last transaction. Something is weird. It was, so basically the transaction with her selling it to Craig was not recorded until a month after the recordings of the 2 loans that she got on the home. Something ain't right. So let's put our baby on the screen real quick so y'all can know who the hell we talking about. We're gonna put her little guilty ass face up there. Miss Housing Queen. All right. We got 2 more properties to get to that I have some questions about. But yeah, Adam, we're gonna have to revisit that because that's what I found. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here? All right, cool. Hold on. Nothing, not in good standing. Let me take off some of these articles because I had a few articles and we are not doing articles. We know Good Burger is no longer in good standing. I looked up Good Burger. What address you use? 4409 Dobson. She used her mama address for not mama address. She used her first address for the Good Burger thing. I just wanted to show y'all this Good Burger, her not in good standing. And this was the 634 Burnham. We didn't go to the address, but that's where it was located at. And this is the home that was protest that she had to register to. All right. So yeah, we connecting the dots. Hold on, y'all. Let's get it. So yeah, we moved that off the screen now. We're getting down to it. I want to get to another property, the Moldy property. This is 14802. Okay, 14802. Hold on. Take that off. Give me 1 second. Let's put our list back up there. Get Tiffany back in trouble. What's this? There we go. Now we're going to 14802 Dearborn Street. This is the Moldy house. Now I have some questions about that. Y'all gonna have to help me out on that. Something ain't right. All right, so this is it. Let me see when it first appeared. Did it first appear? 2006. Okay, cool. This is it. Hold on. I think I gotta pull the house up one more time. I may have took it down. There we go. Okay. This was the Moldy house. And it looks so nice. on this realtor website, but it ain't that nice. Hopefully they fixed it up. So this is 14802 Dearborn Street in Dolton. This was the moldy house. This is the one that we was talking about. Now there's a few things that I really think that you guys should know in the live, in the beginning of the video, where they were talking about the problems with the apartment, with the housing. One of the things that they said was this. Hold on. Right here. Let's put it on the screen so y'all could just get a recall of what they said about this house. And this is where you know that the inspection unit in Dolton needs to be inspected. Let's play this real quick, because this was some of the weird shit that I was saying. This is something happening in the system. And I know Tiffany was a trustee at this time.
With the house passing, then failing, then past investigation.
Like any other property owner.
Dolton's attorney says the house's inspection history is under investigation. And village records show a slew of past problems, with the house passing, then failing, then passing inspections for years, even before the Housing Authority of Cook County approved it as a rental property eligible for government housing assistance money, or Section 8. An HACC employee says as a landlord, Henyard's received $36,866 taxpayer dollars in Section 8 rent payments since 2017.
All right. So I wanted y'all to hear that particular part, because that part highlights that something is going on with the inspection unit, how it was passing, failing, when you know that's not what was happening. Somebody was pulling the red tape. All right. So now we're going to get to this property, because what is two things that highlight to me that makes me like, hey, make sure that the Dolton trustees and the upcoming mayors on this shit like white on rise, because there's a systematic issue here. So this is the place where she obtained it for $21,600. This was a mortgage on 2006 on that particular property. All right. And as you see, this is mortgage electronic registration, and the service. Who is this? Silver Stake Financial. And I remember she started with 21,000, and I think she went back and got some more. She had got like 80 something thousand from the same company. Yeah, 86,000. Remember this off the top of my head. So a total about 127,000, I think, or she went back again. So this is 14802. You can see that right here. And I'm sorry if y'all can't see everything up close, but I will share the link with y'all guys, and y'all can pull a link and look at this yourself. So this is the housing and urban development. Again, their names show up in here with this particular property. Let's view it. So this is a lien put on the property. So I would assume they gave her some money. Don't know how much money, but they gave her something. That's what I'm thinking these liens is from. When you see the housing and urban development, these are money given to her. But one of those properties looked like it came directly from them, transferred over. You see what I'm saying? All right. So now she got a warranty deed from them. That means that, they put a lien on the home. That's the moldy one. Now we move up to, here we go. This is 408. Now, this is where you're going to see she start to have some issues with, I think this is a release of lien. So this is a release of lien to one of the mortgage company. I'm trying to see how much this was. It has to be either the 21,000 or the 86,000. Okay. It don't have it written in here, but that's one of them. She paid one of them on this property. Let me see. And this was in 2007. So she also paid the other one. Okay. This was another release of lien for about either the 21,000 or the 86,000 on this property. Now we go back up again. Now she takes on at a year later, after that's paid off, This is a foreclosure notice. Now, this foreclosure notice, and I'm trying to see, this is HSBC Bank. And this is from 6/15/2007. So let me just go back because 6/15/2007. This is it. Is this it? This is the 100 and yeah, I skipped this one. All right. I knew it was 3 of them. So she paid 2 of them. And this was the third one, 127,000. She took another mortgage on there in 2007 after the first 2. So the first 2 she paid back, most likely with this money, because this money was about $107,000. So she walked away with 20. But she walked away with $127,000 in debt. That's the fucking issue. They got to pay it back. So you're going to see them move forward. That's where that comes in at, where you're going to see them move forward to try to foreclose on her because she ain't pay her bills. Hold on 1 second. This is 408. Here we go. So it's a year later. And this is a notice for foreclosure. So she didn't pay that back at all. All right. So you see that this is for 14802 Dearborn Street. That's the one where all of that drama was at. Now, I'm going to see if it's, here we go. Now, this is where I got a question. She must have pulled it out of foreclosure. But to my audience member who said this, you are amazing. What I believe is that Tiffany was using village resources to improve the properties she was scooping up to increase the property value. And this is what I'm thinking as well. I agree with you. Thank you, Clint. Thank you. Check this out. This right here, this same property now in 2012, that house that was mold infested, blah, 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 blah. Somehow it got into a trust. SRMOF 2009 1 trust. And I'm like, what the heck is that? This trust owns a lot of properties. I would assume about 200 properties looking at, and I when you have a trust is private. So we don't know who owns the trust, but it says the grantor of the trust granted it back to Tiffany. It doesn't make sense. This is 802. Okay, let's just go back to it because we're looking to see what happened, because you only see this on her roster right here when they had the foreclosure notice in 2008, and then you see it pop back up again in 2012. So if you go to the property in itself, this was the foreclosure right here. See? Okay, let's see. We're doing a little research right in front of you. And then this was the assignment. Op 1 Mortgage Corp. Hold on 1 second. That was the who did it. Assignment, foreclosure. Let me see something. So the property was okay, now the grantor, now we're seeing it. You remember when I told you they could just sell a mortgage, sell a loan? That's what they was doing. And this is how these names keep changing. But Tiffany is keep paying and getting out. Paying and getting back in. Paying and getting back in. So this is what's happening. But let's get back to where this property ends up, because I think that is where I had the question. All right, so now this is right here. Now, right here, you're going to see, you see how it's another trust? Right here, they have put like a little lien on it, I think. Yeah, they had to try to do foreclosure on her. She must have tried to pay it in 2012. Now let's go up to this property. These are two Illinois Department of Revenue liens. I didn't look at them yet, but that's some IRS liens. That's how you find some IRS liens. But this right here, now you see it's still in her hand. 14802. It's still in Tiffany hand in 2014. She sells this property for $1,385,000 to a shilling flipping LP. Hold on, because I think there's more to this property. Right here. This is what's killing me. This is 2014. I just showed you she sold it, right? From Tiffany to Sillins, Flynn LP, $135,000. Check out the execution date. This is what I'm questioning. FBI, check it out. I need to know because I'm an expert, but I learned. I need to learn more. 2014, this was executed, the sale, but it wasn't recorded to about 4 months later. 4 months or 5 months later, in March 2015. So what happened between that time? What happened? Let's go back. Let's find out what happened. Because I'm like, yo, what happened? We don't know. Honestly, some things are missing. Let's go back to this. Now in 2018, this same property. Here we go. Hold on a second. Beneficial Opportunity LLC, another foreclosure. They sold this again. This is the moldy home. And here we go. Look at this. This is another foreclosure in 2021. She's been fighting to try to keep this house on 14802. This is the one. Now, this is where we're going to end with this one. This foreclosure was supposed to take place in 2021. You see this? List pendants foreclosure. This is notice of foreclosure. That's what that means. Here is the notice of foreclosure in 2021. This is Beneficial Opportunity Fund. I guess this is the one that holds it against Tiffany, Kimco, Leeson, and Roshi Funeral Home. I would assume, let me just make sure, was this the one that was a funeral home first? I don't think that was the one that was a funeral home first. She had a property that was a funeral home first that I'm going to show you. But here, right there, you're going to see another foreclosure. And this is where we get a little messed up at. This foreclosure is not recorded. No, it's executed. There's no execution date, but it's a recording date for 2021. A little weird. But then you have Beneficial Opportunity Fund, William Saving Fund. This property was sold to William Saving Fund and FSB Trust. Hold on one second. There's something that I was looking at. It was a quick claim release to this. There is, and I know I'm going to find it. This is a Resident Credit Opportunity Fund. I'm about to get to it right now. This house ended up in the Resident Opportunity Fund. I don't know how. Hold on. And I think the Resident Opportunity Fund has to, I remember, I wrote it down. Give me a second. I know I have it. This is 4208. Because I said, how the heck did this thing end up in the Resident Opportunity Fund after the second foreclosure in 2012? Hold on. There is a fund here. I gotta find it. Yeah, give me 1 second because I've been doing a lot. I'll be getting down to the last two. 2012. This is the property. This is the trust. Shilling flipping. Let me pull this one up. Is a resident fund or something. It looks like it went into beneficial opportunity fund. I know it's here. Something is going on. There is, I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to find it. There's a beneficial opportunity fund. And then there's another one that's connected to her. And I know I ain't crazy. It has something to do with the residents. There we go. I know I'm not tripping. Here we go. Last one, y'all. It's been a long night. This property that has mold, all that stuff, hopefully is being fixed in 2021 when they were going to foreclose on it. Thank you, God. Around 2021. It went from the Beneficial Opportunity Fund. Y'all remember I kept saying it? Henyard. These were I guess this is where she had the lien at. And all of a sudden they went into the Williamson Savings Fund, SOC, FSB, that one, and the Resident Credit Opportunity Trust. That is what I wanted to show you. I need you guys to help me with this. We have to figure out what the Resident Credit Opportunity Trust is, because this is the houses that is owned by this trust. And there's 100 houses by that trust. The other trust had 200 houses. These trusts can be owned by private entities. It can be owned by government entities if it's written in y'all law and y'all don't know who owns it or how it operates, because trusts are private. So I thank y'all for having patience with me. I just had to get to that last part, and that last part was actually what I was looking for. This property ended up in the hands of the Resident Credit Opportunity Trust, and I don't know if that's connected to Dolton, but we already know this is the third house that she has the housing and urban development hands on or monies from. We're seeing consecutively that she's taken out double, or she go back and refinance. It's been kind of clean in some of them, but obviously she's been going on the foreclosure for a while. Okay. Then let's move on. We got that property out the way, right? That's the moldy property, and it may be in the hands of the residents. That's all. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. All right. So do I got one more? Because she got another property for 14728. She lost that property. I may not need to do that, to go through that, because it was nothing too outrageous about that property. I'm going to be honest. She just had a lot of foreclosure notice. She kept fighting that one. I'm going to bring that property up so y'all can see. At least I can see what it looked like. It is 14728. 14728. I hit it. I got 14728. I got one more to show y'all, and the one more I have to show y'all, this is 14728 Blackstone Avenue. She lost this home. It got sold in the judicial sale. You see that, y'all? We say judicial sale court. It got sold. She lost that in 2012. 472. This is the house. Thank God she did. That's probably why it's in good condition right now. Because if she was the landlord, she would have been down to kiss her. Down to kiss. I'm going to get to y'all comments too. Y'all just know this heavy content, so I'm trying to get through it. I got one more to show y'all. One more. Tiffany got her hand on the business. Y'all ain't even know it. You ain't even know it. Tiffany got Kamal a job. Jamal, yep. Hold on. I see y'all say Krigley. Krigley, yes. That he's gonna be the last name I call on this. Don't worry. I got him next. I just give Grace Levi time so we could get a clear picture. Krigley, I'm coming for that ass. All right. Shout out to you, Todd, James, Jones, Martini, Clint, thank you. Status Quo, thank you for being here. This is the property that she lost. Pretty much 4 attempts of foreclosure. 2007, she bought it. Foreclosure 2009, she evaded. 2011, she evaded. 2012, judicial sale. It was a wrap. Okay, this is our guru. Okay, hold on. Could we just liven it up right now and just put one of my favorite clips on real quick? Because you know what Grace Levi is doing, right?
Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching, and y'all went and got my site shut.
No, we're getting your ass shut down. Okay, so this is the last one we're going to show you for tonight. Thank you for being with us. Did we get? Oh, we hit the hour point. I did it, y'all, because I thought this was going to be long. But I said I'm not going to click through everything because I know it. I'm only going to click to the most important parts. So this is the last property we're going to show you, which is 642 Burnham Avenue. Okay, wait. She actually, hold on. I'm just trying to see when she first acquired it. Y'all keep playing with Tiffany. Tiffany got some shit up her sleeves. I think this was 2015. Yeah. Okay, y'all see it? Burnham Avenue. This was Roshi Funeral Home. She purchased it in 2015 for $1,500. Okay, Tiffany Henyard, you see, Aisha Property, Good Burger Inc. Making the pieces come together. So she bought this for $15,000, and this is what it looks like. And then we're going to show you, because I think that this is the place that's right next to the Good Burger. So let's put Good Burger, because I kept saying, what is 634 Birmingham? She does not own this, have not owned this, but this is where her Good Burger was at. Do y'all remember her as? That's why I put those commercials up there and everything, so we can get a flashback of what we'll be talking about. But this place, I believe, from my understanding, let's move it, is directly next door to a place she actually owns, and that is 642 Burnham Avenue, Calumet City. And she turned this funeral home into this. But this public and electrician supply store, plumbing and electrician store, electronics store. Damn, I'm getting to that. I do apologize. Supply store. It is still active right now. I know residents who say they still go there right now. And guess who is the owner of that shit?
Guys, this is Super Mayor Tiffany.
Y'all know I gotta do it with my crazy stuff. All right, so basically, she is the owner of this property. You guys need to keep your eyes out on it. But because Tiffany is Tiffany, she always in some shit. This property do have a lien on it. Okay, Tiffany going through it right now. She going through it. Okay, so as of right now, this property is 642 Burnham Avenue, Calumet City. It has a lien on it. I think it has 2 liens on it, but it has a lien for the city, $2,564. This is a water lien, so the water bill has not got paid. Dun 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 dun. You know I say that because life's a bitch and then you die. I'm just playing. Tiffany get what she get. Got all them daggone residents over there stressing about the water bill in Dolton, and you can't pay your water bill either. Okay, dirt. So this business need to get on Tiffany ass. Let's put them back on the screen. If we find out more about this electrician and plumbing supply place, if you know, keep your eye on it, because y'all know anything Tiffany got her hand on. Now, I'm not saying about this business owner because they, but who converted it over? Tiffany always been the owner since it was converted over. So yeah. I know they like, damn, why did she tell that we connected to this damn Tiffany? So if y'all see any funny business, let us know. Okay. So I think that is all the breakdown for right now about look at Tiffany property. We have 2 properties that I really do believe the FBI, I said it, need to look into, which is 44 Adam Street. She no longer owns this property, but the recording of it was definitely not right. She took 2 loans, and then the recording of the selling of the home was after that. If y'all remember, suspect. And then the one with the moldy homes, that just went through the damn ringer. I mean, foreclosure no, foreclosure no, foreclosure no, to end up in a trust, resident credit opportunity trust. I want to know, is that connected to Dolton? Is that what you guys were talking about, her incorporating programs and funding from Dolton to fund her shit and get her out of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Because there's some funny business. And the last thing we need to pay attention to, so sorry, is that electrician store. I'm not saying they suspect, but anybody who could function with her ass for this long, we're going to have to keep our eye on it. So let me get to y'all comments real quick. I want to say thank you for being here with us. Hit the like button, okay? Todd said 100 houses. Right now we did 10, okay? Dollar Homes Tiff was bragging about. Yeah, you know, we did a breakdown about that block to block, and allegedly she was trying to team up with Cook County Land Bank, because what they do with the land bank is get the houses for free from the counties, and just to under the guise that they will sell them and make sure that they get taxes for them. And then you remember when Dolton was kind of inquiring about that, Tiffany was like, nah, we need to make some money. Now, I agree with her with that. You can't just be giving motherfucking houses out. She's like, how are we going to make some money? And the trustees is like, well, we can negotiate. So that land bank thing is what y'all need to pay attention to, because people just be scooping houses out of them land banks. Tiffany be having, they say that allegedly elected officials be having first dibs. And I ain't going to say no names. Again, Krigley is connected to this mess some way, somehow. We don't know right now. But next week, I'll be doing my deep dive. I'm going one by one, just taking my time. So please bear with me. Thank you for being here, y'all. It takes a lot, but I'll make it happen. Krigley should be in jail for abusing the flat screen. Nobody press charges on him. Don't let me get started with Krigley. Now, you know I'll be mad at him. They're going to bring that man back up. Let's say that energy for when we go live next week. I don't know what I'm going to find, but you know I'm going to find something. Make me sick how she says the people mayor. You can coin that term. People gives you that name. Yeah, she's super mayor. Super mayor. Stinky ass good burgers. So we expose a little bit more about the connection of Good Burgers to these properties, but we already know that she's not a good business owner or a good landlord by far. You got to give it to her. She may not be the articulate, maybe that articulate, but she knows how to hustle. She does. That's what I said. I'm telling you, sometimes I can't pronunciate words. Ain't because I ain't smart. It's just my dialect. Y'all be sleeping on her. I'm talking about Tiffany. Because she flipped a few houses, but some things she couldn't afford. You know what I'm saying? With dealing with a broke nigga. Like, come on. Sorry. Dealing with a broke nigga. You know he broke as hell. Gotta get a job from her. I wonder what's going on with those Tahoes. I wonder what they're doing with that. Hope they give us an update if they transferring the cars. I can't do Freedom of Information request, dog. Just like I said before, I may have that information for y'all next week. Let's see what's going on with them damn Tahoes. Did they sell it? What's going on with the enterprise agreement? Pay me what you owe me. Pay me. You want me? What? You want me to play that in the background? Let's get to the end of it. Grace, you are awesome on investigating. Girl, you good. Thank you. They call me nosy. Like, what you gonna do? Walk in and catch somebody. I want to say thank you guys for being with me. We're gonna close off hot. We're gonna let Tiffany run it.
Leader, they want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Hi, this is Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. So, you guys doing a lot of snitching.
I'm taking you back. What? Here's another one.
Go to the mo.
Why are you detaining me? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. I'm Martinez.